Are Ultrasabers lightsaber hilts too big? So this is a pretty common discussion topic in the custom saber community, and it's also a little bit of a running joke in different saber groups. Like, for example, in the R lightsaber subreddit, sometimes people will post a photo of something like a water tower and then caption it, new Ultrasabers lightsaber hilt is released or whatever. And it's just kind of a jab at Ultrasabers for making large hilts. But what do you guys think about this? Does Ultrasabers make large hilts? So, I would argue yes, they do, but that's not all of the hilts that they make as well. So, okay, here's an example of one of the larger hilts that Ultrasabers makes. This is called the Guardian. It's an Obi-Wan Kenobi style hilt. It's pretty big. So in terms of diameter, length of the saber, it's pretty big. Also a little bit heavy-ish. And kind of the size of this hilt is accentuated when you do a side-by-side with some other Obi-Wan Kenobi style hilts. So here is a Saber Forge Obi-Wan Kenobi style hilt. There's a big difference. So this is, definitely not as wide of a saber and not as long either. And so when you put them side by side, it's kind of like, whoa, the Ultrasabers lightsaber hilt is pretty large. So it is true, you guys, Ultrasabers does make a lot of sort of larger hilts, especially when you put them side by side or compare them to other custom saber companies. But at the same time, they also make a lot of, what would you call it, normal size hilts. This is all kind of debatable, and it's, up to your own personal opinion. But at any rate, here are some of the hilts that I would consider to be more normal sized, whatever that means. And they're just kind of, the diameter, it's not quite as wide in diameter. And especially the V2 hilts by Ultrasabers, you guys, these are, they're not as wide as the other hilts that Ultrasabers makes, so they can sometimes be a good option for kids or people with smaller hands. But, some of the other more basic sabers that Ultrasabers sells too, they're just, they're a comfortable size. So, I don't know how you could call this Prophecy V3, for example, too big of a lightsaber hilt. It seems like just the right size to me, but at any rate, that's my opinion. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about Ultrasabers kind of having this reputation of having really large lightsaber hilts? At least in my opinion, it seems like, yes, they definitely have certain styles that are large, but it's not their entire inventory. So some of their lightsaber hilts are more normal size or regular size, whatever you want to call it. And it's really sort of a case by case, although a lot of the larger hilts do seem to be the more premium hilts. So if you are in the market for an Ultrasabers hilt, I would highly recommend you pay close attention to the dimensions of the saber. And those should be posted in the description, that Ultrasabers has. And at the same time, find videos of the hilt that you're looking at so you can really get a sense of the actual size, in person. Because especially if you can get a side-by-side like this, you can get, a sense of the size of the hilt for sure. But even if you can just see somebody kind of showing off the saber hilt like this, you can also get a sense, oops, I knocked into something. You can also get a sense of the size as well. So feel free to comment below. Let's talk about kind of the Ultrasabers, the size of the Ultrasabers hilts. Are they too big? Yeah, let's talk about it below.